Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Precious Metals Summit in Zurich. And it's my honor and pleasure now to talk to Exploits Discovery. And Jeff Swinoga, the CEO, is here with us. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Johan. Yourself?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks for taking the time.
Sure.
Exploits, I think, was never at our commodity TV channel. So please give us a short idea. What is the company about?
Sure. Yeah, it's a relatively new company. We're in central Newfoundland. So we're part of this whole gold rush that's happened over the last 4 years. Newfound Gold about 4 years ago started drilling, had some amazing results at their Keats discovery. And since of the last 4 years, they've actually discovered 17 different gold zones all along this Appleton fault structure. So we picked up some amazing properties last year. One's called Bullseye, one's called Gazebo. And so we just started drilling Bullseye this year. And we had our first gold discovery. So super pleased. It's high-grade gold along this Appleton fault, similar geology to Newfound Gold. So things are going really well. We're well funded. We got about $6 million of hard cash and about raised another $2 million of flow that we announced. Eric Sprott owns about 17% of us, and Newfound Gold himself owns about 8%. So we got great founding shareholders, great jurisdiction of Newfoundland, Canada, part of this whole gold rush that's happening over the last couple of years. And again, we just started drilling this year. So we're super pleased to have at least one gold discovery under our belt right now.
Well, that's fantastic. And you answered already all my questions. That's fantastic.
Oh.
No, just kidding. Yeah, super. So tell us a bit more about your discovery. Is it, what depths is it? What are the grades?
Sure.
Why do you think this is so positive?
Yeah, and just to orient yourself. So again, Newfound Gold had 17 gold discoveries, all within about a 5-kilometer stretch. We picked up this property called Bullseye, which is just north of them. So if you look on Google Earth, you basically see that the drill holes they had gold discoveries called Everest and K2 and Jackpot. They're just south of our borders of Bullseye, right? So we started drilling this property. Eric asked us, when can you drill, right? You just picked it up and drill as soon as possible. So we started drilling it in February, and we had our first gold discovery called Horseshoe. So we announced Horseshoe, and then literally a couple weeks later, Newfound Gold came out with their Everest and K2 and Jackpot. And then what happened was that we realized that Horseshoe is probably an extension of maybe potentially Everest. So it's like, when you think of the Appleton Fault, it's like a feather with all these different splays kind of coming off. So Horseshoe is similar to the high grade that Newfound Gold is seeing. You know, we have up to 118 grams per ton.
118?
Yeah, up to 118 grams per ton.
What lengths?
What's that?
What lengths?
Yeah, so some of the lengths are like about 14 grams over 3 meters. Sometimes it's 38 grams over 3 meters. So a lot of high grade in this area. It's open in all directions. We actually have a great video on our website. You can actually see the mineralized gold zones underground. And they just a splay kind of coming off this Appleton fault structure. So the question is, do we go back and keep drilling it? We put 30 holes in there, and we also drilled over 11,000 meters. So it's great to have our first gold discovery, but we don't think we're done. A couple of weeks ago, Newfound announced Jackpot, which has 185 meters of high grade going east-west, and is continuous, they said. So basically, with continuity. So we think it trends onto our property, and it lines up with the nice little splay that we see on the geophysical. So we're looking to go back and drill that. So that's really exciting because Bullseye, even though it's a small property just north, it looks like it could have a couple new gold discoveries onto our property. So that's really key in the short term. But longer term, we have this much larger property called Gazebo. It's got 7+ kilometers along the Appleton Fault. So remember I mentioned Newfound Gold being $1 billion company, having 5 kilometers and 17 gold zones. So if we can look at that and say, okay, if we can get a similar type of result, hopefully we can actually follow in the footsteps of, I call him our big brother, Newfound Gold, 8% shareholder, because that'll be a company maker for us. Because right now our market cap's only about 12 million. We've got about just less than $8 million in cash, but hopefully we have a path or a blueprint to $1 billion company. So that's our goal.
Okay, so that sounds like a game plan. So what depths we are talking? How deep have you drilled so far?
Yeah, anywhere from surface down to 300 meters.
Okay. So we are looking for open pittable in the future?
Well, we're trying to discover, Eric's advice to us, Eric Sprott, was to go big. right? I mean, you might find lots of little gold discoveries along the Alpine Fault, but we're going to focus our efforts on the ones that we find that are going to be big and hopefully economic. So right now, Horseshoe is great. We found it. We think there's a couple more in Bullseye. So we're not sure whether we should focus on Horseshoe or the next couple. So we're really still in that discovery phase of exploration, which is, you ever follow the Lassonde curve? You know, it's we're sort of at the base of that.
To get an idea about.
And then once we find hopefully the big one, then we'll focus our efforts on that, and that'll be our project making. Project. Yeah.
Okay, super. So 2023 is nearing the end, I would say, and you made your discovery. So what's the game plan then for next year?
Yeah, next year we plan to go back and hopefully have a new gold discovery on Bullseye, as I mentioned, following the extension of Jackpot. Where we have a number of targets on Gazebo, the larger properties to the north. So we want to advance those targets to a drill-ready stage, maybe by the summertime. So next year is going to be really good. So 2023 has really been sort of the setup year for 2024. So we're well-funded, but yeah, hopefully a couple gold discoveries on Bullseye, and hopefully maybe some new gold discoveries at Gazebo in the summer to latter half of the year.
Super. Well, then good luck for that.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah.
Looks like a great setup, and you were really fast, I must say. That is great, and you have the money to do so.
Yeah, no, we're super happy. Great team in Gander, Newfoundland, the historic town, you know, with Come From Away, if you ever see the musical. And things are just really looking good for 2024.
Fantastic. Yeah. All the best.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jeff Swinoga, the CEO of Exploits Discovery. And you heard it already in the name, but they already did their first discovery. And they are on the path to do many, many more. Great jurisdiction, Newfoundland down up there, which is fantastic. Great neighbors, great shareholders. Sprott is a big shareholder with 17%. And very important, in those markets, they have the money to do so next year. So just have a look at the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.
Yeah, thank you.